Hello and welcome to SmermitCraft. I know, the name is really unoriginal, but I couldn't think of anything else. The reason why it sounds so similar to hermitcraft is because in this series I plan to take the seed of the hermits and build as if I could possibly be a hermit myself, although I really am not. It's my first time trying to do this. My first Minecraft video ever, in fact. So I hope you guys like it. And well, I want to start off first and foremost by saying that this is not the hermitcraft server. I want to clear it straight out there because I know there's some thing going on Twitter at the moment about someone claiming to be on the hermitcraft server and sticking out there that this is not the server. Well, with that little rant over, I want to welcome Gemini Tay and Pearlescent Moon to the hermit. I'll be watching your content alongside all the other hermits and let's see if you can handle greens.
Mordor, more like Gondor. Oh, yes!
Shenanigans, Krallis's.
Pam 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 pam.
Well, I think we should probably get on now. And thank you for clicking on this video. So first off, we're gonna head into the blacksmith where we hopefully will get some valuables. But there's only a couple pieces of bread, a saddle and some apples. So hopefully we can get quite far with this food, maybe even find a horse. Once that's looted, I accidentally set the table there, I went and stole a child's bed. Do I feel bad about it? No, it's my bed now. The child needs to move along. In the morning, fresh out of sleep, I stole the bed, stole even more bread, got the child's pocket money, no complaints there, even stole his chest. I really hated this child. I then decided to do the typical Minecraft thing of getting some wood, because we needed some tools so that way we could collect resources so we can start building our startup base. We don't know where we're putting it yet, but let's hope that it's not too hard to get to. Now that that's done, I walked around the town and spotted the iron golem. I wanted some iron pretty easy, so I decided to try to bury it in a hole. This isn't the right method, I know, and it didn't exactly go to plan. As I was making the hole, he decided to stop on one of the blocks, and as I tried to mine, he killed me. Now that was my first step on the server. Now, as I was running back to get my stuff, I guess it didn't de-aggro because it killed me immediately again. So this was war. It was time for this golem to suffer. I was going to get its iron and it wasn't going to stop me. I went to go collect all of my valuables, which at the moment is just a couple of trees, pretty much, and figured a way where to put the iron golem so I could get my retribution. First off, I looked it in the face and I told it it's gonna die, and then I tried to push it towards the hole. And I noticed he didn't want to go though. I just followed him. I followed his path and decided to dig a hole where he would be. I noticed he got to some stairs and it was higher, so I took the opportunity to quickly dig the hole and push him in. There was nothing he was going to do to stop me this time. I was going to get his iron. And because I didn't have any tools yet, I decided to punch it to death. Haha, take that, golem. So straight after, I made myself a crafting table and some sticks. Now, I tried to think of what else I could take from this village. So I decided to take the bell, the hay, and all of the wool. I went on my way. I came across a second village and purged it just like the first. I found a bell underneath a market stall, which was weird, so I stole it. I went to go into this cave to see if there was anything here, but as soon as I discovered it wasn't a cave at all. I said hi to the villagers and the girl, and continued to go down, hopefully finding some coal and other valuable resources. As I was down there, I found a skeleton who desperately was trying to kill me, so I fled, seeing as the night was falling, and decided I would go down in the morning once the skeleton was. And I went down to gather the resources. I wanted to be able to make an axe, so I grabbed some cobble and noticed some coal. So I mined the coal and the iron that was really close by. After I mined those, I went back up to the surface, where I stole even more cobble from the villager houses. I could hear a witch and I was scared, so I fled to the other side of the village in order to smelt my iron. Not after stealing even more stuff from a village house. So as safely in the centre of the town, with the protection of the golem, I placed on a furnace, put in my raw iron, and did a little dance. Just taking a nice break, waiting for my iron to smelt. Hopefully my dances get a little better. Bit rusty. As I got 3 pieces of iron, I decided what would be a useful thing to make. So I made a bucket. So that way I noticed there was some floating mountains behind me, and I wanted to see what the area was like at the top, because quite frankly the area looks really nice, and I have a lot of ideas that could possibly fit into an area like that. So I cooked my sheep, made some sticks, and made myself an iron axe. So now I've got an iron axe, an iron pickaxe, and a bucket. I'm set. I said hi to Mr. Piggy here, and then stole the pig's hay. Hopefully Mr. Piggy doesn't hate me for this. But I'm hungry, and where I'm currently going to set my base, there won't be any farms, so I'll need some food to sustain me. As my food's done now, I filled up my bucket of water in the well and gathered some resources. I saw some birch and where I not so graciously watered bucket up the side. This is my first time trying to water a bucket up a mountain, and let's just say it did not go to plan. Once at the top, I looked over the area and decided that it was perfect for where we want to build. So I set down my bed, placed my crafting table, my furnace, and I set up some hay, so it looked like someone was actually living there and it was just a random bed. So that brings us to now, and what we're going to be doing in this area. I've decided to go with a fantasy vibe, using the new blocks, which are just make the most glorious sounds, and cover them with moss, so that way the entire area sounds and feels magical. But I don't have a third camera at the moment. There's a cloud right behind my head. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go like this. There's no start base here yet. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Now, as you can see behind me, the starter base is not finished yet. There's still a lot to do. But I think it looks good. As you see, we've moved our bed. We've got our farm slowly working in the process. We've started to surround our area with the moss and even made ourselves a lake, which we still need to detail. I've grown one of the little azalea plants outside, so the tree nicely wraps around the top. And this is our entryway. We've got a doorbell, we go in. I've got the start of the chest system here. A little kitchen, I need to make a smoker for here. And a couple of lanterns to hang up. And in here we have our bedroom, where we got our bed, got a little side, space for some armor stands, and we got ourselves a little desk with a shelf on the top. So, all in all, I don't think this is bad for a starter base, but it still needs a lot of work. We also still need a lot of bones, because we're slowly spreading this moss around. So we are taking up the coarse dirt so we can keep that, so we can spread it around so it's not only moss. I also want to stick a beehive up in this gap here, because I think that will just seal it in, especially since bees love the flowers. So I think that'll be all. As you can tell, there are some materials here that I didn't have before. Oh, that's the story behind that. Why don't you just watch and see about how the journey went to try to build my starter base.
I believe I can fly.
Well, I think that will be the end of episode 1. And in the next episode, we'll be spreading the moss again, starting our cave system, because we are yet to even start going mining. Hopefully, finding some nice diamonds. If you like this video, please feel free to like, possibly subscribe, to catch up with other episodes that are happening, and see you in the next one. Bye!